Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Friday night in the shop, but I'm outside again. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've been moving and grooving lately. I've been getting things together behind the scenes for the channel, and other little projects are getting done. And been busy lately. I'm sure you guys are busy too. And it's been hot, friends. It's been sweltering the last week, but I got some yard work to do. Tomorrow night's going to be the night. I got to get it done. I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. Anyhow, friends, I want to talk about the 371 tonight. I want to cold start it again and see what it's going to do. You guys saw in the last video, I had all kinds of little issues with it. I'm pulling on it and pulling on it and pulling on it, and it's like, so I want to start this thing and see what it's going to do. I go in runs where I have a bunch of saws that have their issues and I work through them, and then I'm like, all right, you know, I'm a saw builder, and then I build a bunch that have no issues and I'm like, hey, look at me go. And then and I show it on the channel, and some people are like, you're not showing that stuff. And it's like, but that's the game we're in. That's the game I'm in. I'm not a power saw porter. I'm a guy that ports power saws. By no means do I think I'm up here with the professionals, because I'm not a professional, friends. I'm just some guy talking into his camera in his driveway. Think about how silly that is if you guys weren't watching. That Tin Man guy, weirdo, he's always talking into his camera. Anyhow, let's fire this thing up and talk about it some more. I just want to see how it cold starts now. It's been sitting for a couple days. Number one thing to me, friends, is my saws have to start. Okay, ready? One pull. 2, 3. Yeah, that's not terrible. I'll take it. It'll start this time. Ready? Why not, friends? Let's tune this thing. Hold on. I gotta try. Okay, you heard this thing, pig rich. Half a turn or one full turn. I put it at 3/4. This thing's too rich, friends. Give me a second here. Okay, friends, I think we got a carburetor issue. You guys hear that? See how it's kind of breaking up? It's acting strange. So we'll have to dig into this carburetor further. Okay, friends, that's the deal there. Let's go back to the tailgate. Okay, well, it is what it is. Maybe I'll have to try a different carb on it. I'll pull a carb off one of my runners and see. Just want to make sure you guys are rolling here. Remember when you guys said when I first fired the saw, you guys said you're lean on the low jet. Well, I couldn't really hear that. One thing, friends, I wear good hearing protection. These things are ridiculously loud, but I hear it now. It's got a warble on the low jet. And so I wanted to show you guys that. What am I going to do? I'm going to pull the fuel line filter. I'm going to check those two out. I'm also going to dig back into the carb. Maybe we got a plug jet or something like that. Another bath in the ultrasonic cleaner probably won't hurt this thing. I don't have a spare carb, but I do have carbs from other saws that I own. I can throw a carb on here and see what it does. But I wanted you guys to hear that. Like I said, I didn't think the coil was going to fix it. It doesn't do it cold, it does it warm. Cold, it seems to cut like a banshee. Then once it gets warm, it starts to run worse and worse. That's why I buried it in that log. You guys can see the saw has a lot of power, but then it's kind of, you know, you can hear it. Did you guys like that? Here, I'll do it again with my tongue sticking out for some reason. In the cut. So it is what it is, friends. Back to the drawing board. Oh, that's the game we're playing. Oh, somebody's ripping something cool. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Probably a side by each. So anyhow, that's what's going on with that thing. I think it ran better the first build, but it still had its issues, friends. There's a couple times I couldn't start the saw. A couple times it's running weird. Low jets at 3/4, high jets at 3/4. So, and you guys can see, it starts nice. So, I'm thinking I have a carburetor issue. It's breaking up. I hope you guys could hear that. I'll really review the video and put the parts in where you can hear it breaking up. Okay, moving on. It's too bad because that's a nasty saw right there. Can you guys hear how quickly it revs? It goes from idle to maximum RPM like that. Like, I really like this build. And I didn't think I was going to like it. And that goes to show you, that's why I bought this Ford truck, friends, because I like to jump on the other side of the fence. I like to hear all sides of the story and, you know, figure out from other people's experience where I'm going with my experience. And I can only talk about my experience. So typically my experience with this chassis is they're bomb-proof, reliable, and they run good. It's actually odd that this one's kind of, but again, friends, it could be something as simple as a dirty carb or something of that nature. So anyhow, I like this build though, and like I said, I did not like the timing numbers. I don't like the intake opening and closing. It's long duration. This saw is hard on fuel, but I mean, it rips. It really does. So anyhow, friends, moving on, I'll bring you guys in. Moving on and in. I picked up 4 tires for the new Wood Weasel Part 2. I don't know what I'm going to call this truck yet. I haven't decided. These are substantially bigger than the tires that are on there. 285, 75, 16. So these are 33s. Good size for a truck like this. I'm not going to lift this truck, friends. I like this tailgate height. It's bum height. Like, leaning on this truck is perfect. So I don't like a lifted truck. They're too hard to work out of. My first work truck was like, oh, it's been a long time now. It was like an 86 I believe it was a K2500, and it sat really tall. That truck was hard to work out of. It's hard to get in and out of the bed. So, but anyhow, friends, I'll do another separate video on these. But I bought 4 tires, nice and aggressive, but not as knobby as the tires on the Wood Weasel. So, I've heard good things about these, and I'm going to try them out. Well, a couple of the big local construction companies are actually running these same tires. And from what I hear, they're, and you know, these are companies that have hundreds of vehicles in their fleet. From what I hear, they're getting good mileage out of these. They're nice and knobby. So, I like a mud or a hybrid tire, but the problem is they're super noisy and they tend to wear fairly rapidly doing what I'm doing with them. Let's go look at the tires on the Wood Weasel that I've had on there for, what, 1.5 years now? I'm just going to walk you guys right over here. Speaking of tires, that there skid steer needs some new skins on it. That machine needs some love, but here's the tires on the Wood Weasel. People were curious. They're those Janelle 3000. People were super curious about these. They are a little cupped, not horrible. Still tons of lug left on them. They've worn about 230 seconds, 3 maybe. But, I mean, friends, these get run at 80 PSI all the time. And, with 4,000 pounds in them, and they pretty much only run on gravel. So, don't discredit the import no-name tires. I worked for Goodyear for several years. I was a tire buster, friends. I definitely know a thing or two about tires, but I mean, these have been good. I thought about getting a set of these for the Ford, but, they're kind of noisy now. They were quiet when I first put them on, but they're kind of noisy. I think that Ford has enough noise, and I'm going to be doing a lot more towing with that Ford. We want to get a camper, probably a 5th wheel, something fairly heavy. So I kind of thought to myself, let's forego wearing out a nice set of tires. I need a set of these for the F250. Those are good heavy flaps with the chrome insert, because chrome don't get you home, but it sure makes you feel good. So anyhow, friends, I need to talk about this tomorrow night when I get home from work. I'll probably film it. I got to deal with this, friends. Remember we cut those trees down in between here? Trees are still laying there, some of them, but friends, I got to clean this all out 100%. These are, oh, little frog. Hey, buddy. Oh, they're just everywhere. You know, it's funny, eh? You read online that there's, and I've read this, and it's strange to me, there's no frogs around farmland. And, well, friends, you guys know the deal. There's nothing but farmland around here. Get thousands of frogs. These are called Canada thistles, friends. You see these? And let me tell you, ow. These things will light you up, and they're not comfortable. Look, and they get to be, well, there you go, friends. That's a bird. That's a swallow that got stuck by a Canada thistle. And unfortunately, I wish I would have found him before he met his demise, but he didn't make it, friends. These things are dangerous, so got to move the old tractor. I'm going to cut a few of these trees down that are growing in one of my many dilapidated buildings. Now, friends, the reason why I'm talking about this now, and I've been getting prepped for this all week, I'll just go to the other side here. There's my gravel, no problems with drainage. I'm probably going to smooth it out one more time. And look, friends, this stuff's packed hard now. Getting there. Yeah, I want to spray all this. Spray it back. But anyhow, friends, you guys can see this has been going on for the last 10 years. And so my roofer buddy, it's a guy I grew up with. He comes from the same neighborhood. We were pretty tight, a group of us growing up. I'll talk about that in a minute. But anyways, friends, my roofer buddy came, and he said he's got time, so we're going to throw the roof on the shop probably this weekend. I was going to do it if he couldn't make it, so I'm kind of happy. I've laid me a shingle or two in my day, friends, let me tell you. But so I'm really excited, friends. This building is part of this property. When we bought this property 10, 12 years ago, I looked at this building, and yeah, it looks rough, friends, and it does need work, but I looked at this building and I said to myself, what potential. Now, friends, this thing's been a dumping ground forever. So that's going to be the next thing. Once the roof gets on, I wish I knew somebody needed some fence posts. Because I got fence posts, let me tell you. But friends, I got to clear this out completely, stem to stern. I'm going to dig it out a little bit, smooth it out, so that hopefully, I'm going to turn the camera around. So hopefully I can get concrete poured in that shop this year. We're on a super tight schedule. If my buddies can fit me in, then it gets done this year. If not, we do it in spring. We'll prep it this year. I'm going to run hydronics, floor heat with insulation under the rebar, and run full hydronic system so that I can have a warm floor. And then we're going to measure it out, friends. I'm going to put a hoist in that shop. I grew up working on hoists. I was a mechanic for many years before I got into the trades. And want to put a hoist in that shop and hopefully frame a second floor. That shop's 18 feet high, so I can fit a hoist in there. It's not the biggest shop. It's not the deepest shop, but you could fit 2 trucks in there, stem to stern, end to end. So they'll just fit. So basically I can park my skid steer in there and have a truck up on a hoist, stuff like that. So I just feel blessed. 12 years I've been planning to do this, and 12 years have gone by and it hasn't happened. So I might get a little emotional when that roof goes on. For years, friends, I used to watch it, you know, deteriorating and go, how am I going to get this done? You know, just didn't have the finances to do it. Even though I had the time and the ability, I just couldn't afford the shingles, friends. So the fellow that's going to come and do this, we grew up together, and we grew up in a little neighborhood in Winnipeg called Westdale, and we all hung out on West Grove Way. This fellow lived there, and that's a tough neighborhood. I drive through there now and I go, wow, how lucky am I to get out of here. But you young fellas out there, there's nothing you can't do through hard work, planning, some dumb luck. I did it. And just got to keep moving forward and doing great things. Friends, this yard, this was all 4-foot grass when we moved here. I should find the pictures of my wife standing here. The grass and the thistles were this high. This entire yard was a gong show. It was full of garbage, engine blocks, bumpers, tires, firewood, you name it, friends. Stuff like that. Right there. That's an old van body off of like a 30s or 40s like ice cream truck. I think it's actually a Coors beer truck. But so anyhow, friends, I want to thank you guys for hanging out on this channel and allowing me to be in your homes. I don't take it lightly, and I just want to thank you guys, my core group that are here every video. There's so many of you guys, you know, the Stevie Thoreaus, you know, Bradley's on Catbird Hill, T-Dog. There's so many of you guys. I just want to thank you guys for being here. And hopefully, not hopefully, it's going to happen. This will be the new Tin Man saws, and let the games begin. Once I have room for equipment, then we're going to start actually welding, building pipes, chainsaw work. I need to build a flat deck for that F-250 and various other projects. In fact, friends, my brother has a 65 Chevy truck that he's been pushing in and out of his shop for 10 years. He has a single car garage that he works out of. There's barely enough room to open the doors with a vehicle in there, and he does it. And maybe we'll just tow that 65 Chevy over here and it can hang out in my yard and we can work on that too. It's a cool truck. And he was going to go lowrider, but now he's thinking 4-wheel drive. That would be an interesting deal. So what's this video about, Tin Man? It's not about anything. I'm feeling a lot of gratitude today to everybody that hangs out on this channel. How did I get here? Hard work. And I hope if there's one thing that comes across on my channel, hard work will get you places. Friends, I did not grow up rich. One income household. My mom raised us. My mom worked hard. My mom was my mentor. My mom worked all the time. She's still like that. She's always doing something for somebody. And hard work will get you out of the hole. And you know, if you start at the bottom, it doesn't mean you can't get to the middle or the top. You know, I've been working since I was 14. I'm 41. That's not a long time. That's only 25 years. But, you know, we're going to get there, friends. That's the future. And I'm really excited today. Finally got that call that he's coming to put the roof on. So, and I knew he'd come. I'm like that. I understand. Part of being a tin basher for the last 20 years is you're in high demand and people need you to do work, and sometimes a month or two goes, you know, someone needs you to do a job and you're like, yeah, I'll fit you in when I have time. Sometimes 2 months goes by and you blink and you go, oh geez, you know, and I know he's busy too. So anyhow, that's the future of Tin Man Saws. Sorry, I'm blocking you with my hands. And another thing, friends, these fellers here, these ripsaw fellers, I watched Buchan's video when he flew to Ripsaw and did a tour of their building. Friends, that's why I'm wearing this hat, and that's why I'm supporting them. 3 young fellers, and they're working hard, and they're putting in work, and they're building a good product. How can I not get behind that? They are everything that I am not, friends. I am just some guy in my garage. Uber low production. How many saws do I do a year, friends? On a good year, 12, 20 saws. I can't service the public. There's just no way. That's why I don't take builds, friends. I can't take your saw and say, yeah, I can do that for you. I can't look you in the eye or shake your hand or give you an email and say, yeah, I can do that for you, because I can't, friends. But you know, Ripsaw, Donnie Walker, people like that, they can do it. That's what they do for a living, every day, all day. And anyways, I'm happy to support these guys, and I'm super happy for them. I know how it is hard to service the public doing porting, and you know, pounding out that work and making sure it's quality and recreating your work. You got to be dedicated, friends. And I believe that these guys are in it to win it. And I think they're doing a great job. And of course, Donnie Walker. And I mean, Donnie Walker ports like a madman. That guy's porting, you know, the production that guy does in a year, it blows my mind. And, you know, he does more saws in a week than I do in a year. So I just call it a spade, friends. I know what I am and I know what I'm not. And I am not a production saw shop. Just some feller working in his shop on the prairies playing with power saws. Dreaming of a bigger shop. We're going to make that happen. Thank you to everybody that's been here and supported the channel. Really appreciate everybody that hangs out here. Your guys' support is making stuff like this happen. It's making me, you know, the parts come and the different saw projects. You guys make this happen. Don't forget that. Without you guys, I'm just some guy talking into his camera, standing in his driveway at 9 o'clock at night. And when you think of all that, that's pretty silly. Okay, question of the day. And I'll let you guys go. We're going to get back to some saw content real soon. You guys can see I get an itch. I like running that stuff. Question of the day. I saw it in the comments. Question was, piston wear on the intake side. What would make the top of a piston get pitted? Little holes in it, it sounds like. And you know what? I don't know. shrapnel getting in, maybe. Usually piston wear on the intake side is from fines, or your piston's getting a little thin and it's starting to rock. It'll get shiny at the bottom. But like little dings, that's a new one for me. Now, if it's at the top of the crown, I have seen that on the exhaust side and the intake side. In fact, all the way around. That happens sometimes on a cylinder that you've honed. I have noticed that. If you hone a cylinder, you'll get little marks and scratches, a lot of them on the top crown, and you'll get little lines in it. So it could be that, but I mean, if you didn't rebuild the saw, I don't know. Everybody out there, because there's 42,000 of us now, helping each other, post a comment below if you've seen like little pock marks or little pits at the top of a piston on the intake side. And if you have seen it, do you know why? I only know what I know, friends. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Take her easy. Later.